Hello, everybody. Welcome to the February 2023 Microsoft Teams Update Roundup. My name is Sean Flahie. I'm a Principal Consultant here at Apex Digital. And this is kind of a new stream we're going to be doing monthly. It's kind of a recap of the Microsoft Teams Updates blog that is released every month. And hopefully we'll learn about some new features together here. And we'll continue this every month as we go. There's always plenty of updates on the Teams platform, and so we figured this would be a great solution or idea to keep everyone up to date. So let's get started here. One of the things I wanted to start with was Microsoft has released a new Microsoft Teams license called Microsoft Teams Premium. This is an add-on license to your already existing Microsoft Teams license that you already have. And there's some advanced features that come with this new license. And we're going to kind of let's talk about the new features that come with this premium license. And then we'll talk about the features that are being released for the non-premium license. We understand that not everyone has these premium licenses available or have purchased them yet. So we want to make sure we cover on both of the areas. But let's start out with, again, what is Teams Premium? Teams Premium is an add-on license on top of your existing E3 or E5 license or whatever license you have. But it is a new SKU that adds in things like AI capabilities, the ability to personalize your meetings and webinars, and then also the ability to add some extra security and protection to a lot of your meetings as well. There may be a lot of confidential meetings that you're having within your organization, and you need to protect that information, protect the recordings, protect a lot of the chat and the files that are in those meetings. And this Teams Premium license is a great way to do that. So we'll start out with one of my favorite features of Teams Premium, which is branded meetings. What you're looking at here is a screenshot of, I'll call it the pre-join meeting experience. So when you go to join a Teams meeting, you generally see this screen, but normally around the camera view there, it's just a black screen or whatever color scheme you have on your computer. There's definitely no image there, and you can get right into the meeting. This is a great way that you can add a custom image to the background, add your logo, add your organization's name, and then also you can change the colors of the buttons and some of the toggle areas there to your own custom color scheme layout. This is, I think, a great way as you send meetings to external parties. They can immediately know hey, I'm in the meeting that I'm supposed to be in, and just a great way to brand this to external users. Next one is meeting templates. So this meeting templates here, I got a little animation here. This shows you obviously how to schedule meetings within Microsoft Teams, but it's also showing you I have the ability to create specific templates. So if I'm always creating specific types of meetings that are, if I'm always creating a specific type of meeting that maybe I'm always making these specific people presenters, or removing the ability to record from users, I can create those templates so that I don't have to create a customized template every time I schedule a meeting. So this feature would be great for executive admins, as they're likely always scheduling meetings on behalf of other people. They could create templates and make it easier for their lives. Next one I have here is organizational backgrounds and organizational and custom together mode scenes. So this is the ability to deploy custom backgrounds and together mode scenes to all users for the organization in more of a centralized fashion. Today, you can do this more on an individual level by uploading your own custom images. But what this allows you to do is deploy custom backgrounds to everyone across the organization and can kind of control what they have access to. This one's kind of interesting. Next feature is called Intelligent Recap, and this is kind of an after the meeting feature where if you record a meeting, Teams Premium has the ability to kind of leverage AI and analyze the meeting and the meeting recording, and it could generate chapters in your meeting and also personalized time markers for when people join and leave the meeting and when they speak, so that if you're reviewing a meeting after the fact, it could really make the story of the meeting a lot easier to read without having to watch the entire meeting, or go through the entire stream. You can really just go to the chapters or to the people that you're looking for, and then jump to that to hopefully save you some time when you're doing your meeting review. A couple other features related to live translations for captions. You can kind of see here in the animation, we have you can easily switch from English to Chinese here on the captions. So this is really great when you're working with different languages across your Teams meetings. I mentioned earlier that Teams Premium has the ability to protect meetings and secure meetings. You can kind of see here in the screenshot that there's a watermark over all of the shared content in the meeting. So obviously, if you're sharing confidential information in a meeting and you're concerned about people taking screenshots or pictures of it on their phone, you can ensure that it does have a watermark across the entire meeting. You also have the ability here to apply sensitivity labels to your meetings in general. So if you're familiar with sensitivity labels, you can apply those to documents, and you can apply watermarks, apply encryption, and various other protection capabilities. You can now do that to your meetings as well. So any files that are shared in the meeting and even the meeting recording after the fact will be protected by that sensitivity label. And if there's encryption behind that label, not everyone would get the ability to open up that file or open up that meeting recording after the fact. So again, for confidential, important meetings, it's really nice that we have the ability to apply sensitivity labels to these as well. Webinars. So webinars has really come into its own in the Microsoft Teams platform over the last few years. And with the addition of the Microsoft Teams Premium license, we have some even greater features as in webinar. I'm just going to call out a few here that I think are nice. The virtual green room, the advanced registration features, and waitlisting capabilities of webinars. So again, not going to go through all these features, but if you haven't used webinars in Microsoft Teams, I do encourage you to check it out. Virtual appointments, and I'm going to call this the Advanced Virtual Appointments app within Microsoft Teams. So really, virtual appointments is a fairly newer capability within the Microsoft Teams platform, and it allows you to schedule appointments via Teams meetings for individuals. So if you're always scheduling in-person appointments with individuals, it's now easier to do that virtually through the Microsoft Teams platform. So I mentioned I cover the premium announcements. Now I'm going to move over to the non-Teams premium announcements, or the announcements for everyone that has Microsoft Teams. We talked about virtual appointments in the Teams fashion, where you have advanced capabilities. You still have virtual appointment capabilities within the regular Teams, I'll call it non-premium license. So you do have the basic functionality to leverage this feature, but some of the advanced capabilities will not be there. A couple Teams meeting and calling updates. Specifically for breakout rooms within Microsoft Teams meetings, you now have the ability to have co-organizers. Before, you only had the ability to have one organizer of breakout rooms, but the ability to have multiple co-organizers. This is especially important when you have really large audiences, and moving multiple people throughout breakout rooms can be a pretty daunting task for one individual. So having co-organizers is really key here. You may have noticed this one already in your Teams meetings, but if you're presenting content, like say you're sharing your screen in a Teams meeting, You do have this presenter window has some improvements in the screen sharing, and also you can see video from other participants and hands raised and things like that. So if you have a single screen, you're sharing your screen in Teams, there's some improvements there. PowerPoint Live. If you're not using PowerPoint Live in Microsoft Teams today, I highly recommend you check it out. This is, I think, the best way to share PowerPoint in a Teams meeting, especially if you have multiple presenters. It's easy to flip the control of a PowerPoint presentation in a Teams meeting between presenters. But the update here is closed captions is now available in PowerPoint Live. So this gives people that are hard of hearing and attending a Teams meeting the ability to read the closed captions and hopefully have a better meeting experience. Let's talk about rooms for a second. Many of you may be aware there's new licensing available for Microsoft Teams Rooms, specifically the Microsoft Teams Rooms Pro license. And the update here is Android can now be onboarded to the Teams Pro portal. Before, it was only Windows Teams Rooms. Now it's Android as well. So we have both platforms that are able to be managed through the Teams Rooms Pro portal. And there's going to be more and more advanced features coming out for the Android management. But it is just a great day to see that Android is finally catching up to Windows in that respect. A couple smaller features that I wanted to mention here. The ability to start a Teams chat with a distribution group or a Microsoft 365 group. So if I want to do a larger group chat, I have that ability. I no longer have to go and add multiple people to the chat to just get it started. So that's really an easier way to create an ad hoc chat with a larger group. Missed call notifications now show up in your activity feed, and the ability to mention everyone in a chat. Just a couple small features that have been added as of the last month in Microsoft Teams. A couple updates on some new certified devices available within the Teams ecosystem. I'll start with the one on the left here is a Lenovo ThinkSmart 1 collaboration bar. This is the first all-in-one bar solution that is running Windows. So most other Teams rooms in a bar solution run Android, but this is the first all-in-one that runs Windows. If you're a fan of Microsoft Teams rooms on Windows and you're looking for a more concise all-in-one solution, I encourage you to definitely check this one out. Some new Crestron Flex options are recently certified as well, and also some new headset options. So one from Logitech here, and also Yealink. We've got some new certified headset options to hopefully make your Teams experience a little bit better for your end users. That's it. That wraps up this first edition of the monthly Teams update. Hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you next month.